The Forrest Gump of Ashley County. A compendium of stories to get the holiday memories started. I was born in 1971, a time when Ashley County was already steeped in over a century of history. The county, established in 1848, was 123 years old when I came along. My father, born in August 1948, arrived just before the county celebrated its centennial. Now, at 76 years old, he carries with him the stories and experiences of a lifetime spent in this remarkable place. Growing up in Longview Township, just outside of Fountain Hill, I spent my childhood exploring the vast landscapes of Ashley County. My days were filled with adventures along Fountain Creek, where my friends Bobby, Donald Henslee, and Hank Norrell, both deceased, and I built swings and roamed freely. We covered miles on foot, horseback, and even on three-wheelers, discovering every nook and cranny of the land we called home. One Thanksgiving in the mid-80s, when we were about 16 or 17 years old, my friends Donald, Hank, Gary Peters, and I decided to go on an adventure. We couldn't all fit into Gary's little Ford Ranger, so Donald and I rode in the back while Hank and Gary rode up front. It was cold as hell, but that didn't stop us. We rode over to Jerome, Arkansas, and managed to get our hands on a bunch of beer and wine. Back then, it was easier to get alcohol even if you were underage. As we rode back home, Donald and I were in the back, drinking, singing, and having a good time. Suddenly, Donald said, "I'm going to tell you one thing. If we keep driving like this, we're gonna end up in a damn ditch." Gary replied, "We're already in the damn ditch." We had to get out and push the truck, with mud splattering everywhere. This happened multiple times, but we just kept getting out and pushing the truck back onto the road. We drove through cotton field roads and somehow even ended up in Louisiana at one point. We had no idea how we got there, but it was all part of the adventure. Despite the chaos, Gary somehow managed to find our way back home. It was a wild Thanksgiving, and one I'll never forget. Bobby was another significant part of my life around this time period. We played baseball together, and he was the most athletic person I ever knew. He was incredibly fast, much faster than I could ever dream of being. Bobby was as fast as my cousin Sunday's thoroughbred horse, Heather. Bobby and I went deer hunting on the Fountain Creek Hunting Club lease, and we ended up dragging out the biggest deer I had ever seen. It was a joint effort, but I happened to be in the right position to take the shot that brought the deer down. Bobby was much more serious and technically oriented than I was. He was the one who showed me how to use Commodore computers and other gadgets. I remember one hunting trip where we sat around a tree with my jam box, jamming out to Quiet Riot's "Come On Feel the Noise." Suddenly, a big deer appeared, and we both shot at it. My uncle Ronnie had to chase it down, but we eventually got it. Although I enjoyed the experience, I realized that hunting wasn't really my thing. The creeks, especially when dry, were a treasure trove of history. It was during these times that I found Native American artifacts, remnants of the ancient civilizations that once thrived here. The Washita River and the Saline River, with their rich histories and connections to the Native American tribes, have always fascinated me. The Quapaw and Caddo tribes once inhabited this region, leaving behind mounds and artifacts that tell the story of their lives. As European settlers arrived, they brought with them new ways of life and industry. Timber and agriculture became the backbone of Ashley County's economy. My grandfather's farm, where I grew up, was a testament to this agricultural heritage. My father, a Vietnam veteran, worked in the paper mill industry, a significant part of the county's economic landscape. Of course, the economic landscape and the importance of forestry and paper mills are crucial aspects of Ashley County's history. But let's take a moment to delve further into some of the more colorful and captivating stories that have shaped our county's character. The duel between Pogue and Honeycutt is one of the many captivating stories from Ashley County's past. This dramatic showdown, where a watch saved Honeycutt's life, is a reminder of the honor and fate that shaped the lives of those who came before us. Driving through town today, I see the same buildings that stood a century ago, now adorned with Christmas lights. It's surreal to think about the people who once walked these streets, conducted business, and lived their lives in these very structures. Cap Gates, who did business in one of these buildings. The bank, now Weyerhaeuser, has been gone since 1935, yet his presence lingers in the history of this place. Reflecting on my own history, I realize how deeply connected I am to Ashley County. The land, the rivers, and the stories of those who came before me have all played a part in shaping who I am. As I share these memories and experiences, I hope to give others a glimpse into the rich tapestry of Ashley County's past. I just have to think about them for a minute. My old mind doesn't work so well. If you have a story, put it in the comments, and use the comments to call and interview you. We can record a story and a call in 10 minutes. Text 870-818-2217 if you want to potentially share a story. This Thanksgiving, as families gather and explore the history of Ashley County, I invite them to see the county through my eyes. I am Brad Barfield, the Forrest Gump of Ashley County, and this is some of my story. I'm using these few days away from the career world to explore Ashley County's history. I'm truly in love with it. I like the way Cap figured out how to establish a location for CrossFit. I'm rambling. Really, that would be the real me added into this robot's voice. Let me play with it a minute. I am a robot. The things I do are robot-like, but they help. The Lazy Brad shared audio of very cool stories concerning Ashley County. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.